we should be back now, hopefully. Alright, hello and welcome back to some more Minecraft Brothers Golden Age, episode 1094, I think we're on now. 94, dang. Does not feel like that, to tell you. Alright, but hopefully you are all doing alright and staying safe. It's either 94 or 95, I might be confusing myself already. You know, I remember the number and then bam, you know, my brain's like, do you actually remember the number? Or do you not? Kabam! You have forgotten the number. Alright. So, in today's episode, well, we are going to be working on stage 2 of this build. That is, I want to do something for this area here that you've seen. So, I'm thinking about making a kind of bit between these two. I was thinking about going up higher, if I'm being honest. I feel like I could do a cool, like, you know, build if I went up higher. I could do something like this. Let me know, should I do 2 blocks or should I do 1? That's a hard choice. I really do like the idea of doing 1 block. For some reason it's just, it tingles my brain. That's what I'm gonna say, it tingles my brain. It just seems nice. Like, I do have all these other builds planned for this area, but this one bit over here isn't. It's very hard to pick. Do I want 2 blocks or do I want 1 block? If I do 1 block, that means I can, what do you call it? I might actually bring this back by 3 blocks. There we go. There we go. I need to add more to this wall, so I'll actually trim the wall a little bit more. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Alright. Sorry, I'm just seeing how this is going to work. This might intertwine with this build over here. The cafe. Might have to break down the cafe. When we get to it, we get to it. That's what I'm gonna say. When we get to it, we get to it. We'll do, you know, the breaking down of the cafe if we need to. We don't have to. Alright. Alright, this would be where there would be a intertwining bit with this bit here. And yeah, this is getting a little bit weird. I might actually go with 1 block if I'm being honest. It's looking a little bit odd. Just with how it's, you know, positioned and all that. 1 block is where we're going with. That's what we're doing. 1 block. Let's see. Do I want to make it go around this way? Place that torch there now. We'll see how this idea goes. I could go, let's see, 2 blocks, then 3 blocks, and then 1 block. That creates a roundish shape. So 2 blocks there. And I do plan on this bit being a little bit higher than the previous area. So that's, you know, lower down. So we place all of these stone bricks like this. And then we place another bit there. We place another 2 blocks here. Oh, I dropped a bit of dirt there. Alright. There we go. And that kinda intertwines with the staircase problem. No? No problem. Because this is a wall. the same bit should be over here. So that's where the andesite should go, if I'm being correct. There we go. Go like that. And some of those stone that we got from the bridge can actually go into be making stone bricks. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Actually, that's actually a good idea. That's actually a good idea. No, I'm making a mistake already. Go like that, and then we'll do this. Well, actually, this is supposed to be andesite. I don't know why I have andesite at the bottom here. I think it's just left over from previous ideas, I would say. It's kind of just stayed. I will probably intertwine some other blocks into it very soon. Yeah, that does not actually look too bad, actually. Do I just break that there, then? We do that, and then I can break this whole crane post that's still here. Surprisingly, it's still here. Alright, put that there. And let me go put the flour in here. Grab our regular backpack. There we go. And yeah, we're actually not looking too bad there. I should really grab that crafting table, shouldn't I? I should have broke the sink after I had grabbed the crafting table. I've got 2 crafting tables to grab. I tell you, this is the problem with this area. I have so many crafting tables. Like if I stand right here, there should be a crafting table inside. 2 inside, if you count that one right there. There's always a crafting table inside. It is quite true. I have so many crafting tables around here. There we go. Alright, so let's move on to going back here. I might actually just keep this dirt. I really like, you know, the grass will spread to that one little bit there. Alright. This bit over here, I could make it the same level. I'm being honest. I can make it the same level. Or I can make the inside go up and keep this bit down. If I'm being honest, that is a possibility. That's an old bit of stone there from when I was trying to do, what do you call it? I was trying to remember the name of it there. And I was trying to make, you know, stones look more normal around here. Create rock. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. It also reveals that. There we go. And let me go and... Is that the right backpack? No. This is the right backpack. 4 seeds. Any more seeds? There's a flower here. I don't actually have oxidase in here. Surprising that. Alright. So put that back there. That's a wood backpack. And I'll grab the dirt backpack. Which is already getting very full, I'm being honest. We gotta start using up some of this, you know, material soon. There we go. It is looking quite unique, I would say. I really do like how it goes up and down here. Though I do feel like I should add something more nicer to it. It just feels a little bit too angled upwards the wall, if I'm being honest. So I might actually grab a bunch of stone stairs and just go along it, because it should look a little bit nicer if I did that. Oops, that is upside down. That is upside down, that's not supposed to be upside down, and I just broke through this bit here. Why is there not? There we go. Alright, stone brick, block, block. That seems to be a problem with my mouse of recently. I keep double clicking for some reason. You heard me double click. You know, I didn't double click, that's what I meant to say. I didn't double click there. Oops, there we go. And go like that. Actually, that go like that. That'll go like that, and I'll grab some more stone, and then I'll go grab the crafting table. There we go. That should be enough to finish off this. Yes, I'm being a little bit cheese, you know, here by not actually filling up all the stone brick bit. But it's something that you're not really going to see. And plus, a lot of actual historical sites do the same thing. They just get lazy. They just get lazy. There we go. That is actually looking not too bad at all, if I'm being honest. It looks more curved inwards here. It looks nice, if I'm being honest. That means that this has to go up by one more block. There we go. And not too bad. Not too bad. And now I need to fill all this in right here. Am I filling in this now? I guess I might be. Not sure. Not 100% sure. Maybe I should work on building an actual house. What time are we at anyway? We're at 12 minutes anyway. We have plenty of time to build a house. Or most of the house. I'm trying to find my backpack there. The problem with having so many backpacks, I'm being honest. I should really have a shulker. I should really have a shulker. But knowing me, it'd probably get blown up. There we go. Alright. So, I think we'll get started on building a house now. I might actually swap these to spruce. If I'm being honest, it will probably look a lot nicer if I did spruce. So let us go do that. This is also needing a little bit lit up. I'll just fill in that in a second. Focus on the bits that are actually, you know, seeable. And go like that. Yeah, that does look a lot better, if I'm being honest. Ah, poop. Just place a block and grab it. I can actually grab that there. And then I could just do that, and then I can just walk out the window. And place the rest of the blocks. I'm cheesing it, gang, I'm cheesing it. Alright. So, let us go and place all of this now. There we go. It's actually not looking that bad, actually, with the spruce instead of the jungle logs. It looks more homely. That's what I will say. I might change it again. I'm not 100% sure, but I tell you, I don't have to change it to now. I'll change these ones to now, but I won't change it again for a little while. Once we're like super far into this build project, maybe I might change it again. But that's a might. There we go. There's a little greenhouse, I tell you. Supposed to be where we store all of the flowers, so that we can pick throughout them to see what ones we want to have for any builds. We call it the flower, you know, shop. We'll call it the flower shop. That's what I'll say. We call it the flower shop. I should really add some stairs. If I'm being honest, this does need stairs somewhere, as these people are never leaving their homes. They have to go, like, you know, climb up this little tiny hill. It would not be too bad. It's just this one bit that you have to, and get over. Let's see. I guess we get started on building. Wait 1 second. Grab. Put that stone in there. And ready my bow. I forgot the arrow. I don't think we've been here at night time, and that's why there's mobs spawning on the roof. Never noticed that before. There's some bones there. Where's the draw? Where's the draw? There we go. Taking that out. Grab that. And we'll grab that as well. Just go munchy, 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 munchy. Should really build a, you know, spider farm if that's how much hunger you get from that. That's basically like a steak right there. I know it's disgusting, but at the same time, you know, I'm being honest. Pam's Harvest Craft, you know, is great, but at the same time, it's such a pain to work with. Alright. I should really level this up a bit before I start constructing. So let me grab this, and I'll just start. Just make a line here. Getting so many oxidases from this stuff. You know, it feels like the good old days when I used to do building, you know, we're just working through the night. Oh yeah, that's supposed to go into the May the 22nd. Is that last year or the year before? I used this weird wacky tool to help me drain the sea temple. It was a good idea, but at the same time I do kind of feel like, you know, I did not really earn it. Don't worry, I have a second one that I have to work on, so there's always the second one to, you know, complete normally. But I want to finish off the first sea temple before I move on to the second one. Sadly, we've not been working on the sea temple for a while. Probably not going to work on it for a little while now, as we need to finish off this area before I move on to any other build project. We're being, you know, religious to this, you know, project. I do kind of miss going back home, but, you know, this is a struggle that we must deal with. I may actually have to go back home for more spruce and also more mesa. That's something that we might have to do soon. That's actually looking quite nice, if I'm being honest. And let me grab some. I'll just grab regular dirt. Dirt and then place a block. I did it in the opposite order there. My brain like froze, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And that is my wood. backpack. I can shove those back in there. And I can grab that and put these in there. And that in there. Yeah, I should really sort out the backpack again so it's a little bit more organized. I was keeping the bow on me just in case a creeper tried to creep up on us. We are pretty protected by the forest here and all the lights. So that's one, you know, plus for this area, if I'm being honest. There we go. I could bring out this terrain just a tiny bit outwards. That could work. This is gonna be a dark spot right in the middle there. I will probably swap over to using hidden lighting for this area, but for now it's torch based. There's one thing that I do plan on doing, and that is to eradicate every single torch in my world. Or at least most of them. When I mean most of them, some of them are actually hidden lighting. But they just have a torch in their bush or something. Those are like, you know, necessary things because glowstone is very hard to get. I'm actually thinking about erasing some more of my nether. Just because I know how bad it is trying to get glowstone. So I think I might do that. Just to solve the issue of the glowstone issue. Like, I do feel bad for, you know, what do you call it? My brain's starting now. Nether being so empty of glowstone. But the thing is, I find glowstone to be such a nice block in the nether. Like, but using it for like bases, you know, it's kind of a necessary thing. So, it's just problematic, that's what I'll say, it's just problematic. This way to Voxtown, 2022, I established this place. And that sign is blank. I think that might be a bugged sign, actually. I think I did write something on that, but it must have been erased or something. Let me know, maybe it's not a bug sign, and I'm just, you know, syncing it or confusing it with something else. Alright. No, I'm confusing this build here. That'd be a short build. About that, yeah. This would be a kinda roundish roof build, I feel. Yeah. I think I'll go with a roundish side of the roof for that one. Probably, I'd say probably like that. More rounded at the side. Yeah, I feel like that'd be the right idea. I'm trying to fit all the builds into this place, and that's kind of the problem. Alright. Let's see. There. Should I make this a 7-block house? 1, 2. Well, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, did I move there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would a 7-block house be nice? Oh, that is really hard to think. One. If I'm counting from the back side, how would I want it to be? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm want to try a unique roof here. But the problem is we do have this build right here. Alright, how big are you? 1, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what if I did that instead? It means I don't get any windows. I would get windows if I placed it here. But that means I have to go ahead and dismantle the Vox Pot Pop coffee shop. Well, if I have to, I have to, I tell you. If I have to, I have to. It was kind of just a build that I built that kind of just does not fit with the environment that it's in. It's just a modern coffee shop, basically. Just does not fit with the environment that it's in. But that. Yeah. Just means I have to figure out what I'm doing with this little back bit here. I could definitely make this look more normal by doing something like this going around. Torch there. Something like that, I'd say. That kind of just, you know, fills up that area there. Yeah, I do see that as being the best option. What time are we at anyway? Oh, we're almost at the 30-minute mark. We're not even finished, you know, one house yet today. Ooh, do apologise. Alright, how big are you? You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'll go with 5 for this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that should work. Either that, I might make it a little bit shorter by 1 block. I think that'd be a good choice. Okay, all of them fell to me. And then this build here shall be... I think it'd probably be around that, to be honest. Because I know the roof is going to take a lot more room here. It's going up more. So yeah, it would probably be 3 blocks tall. But 4 blocks. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the idea that I'm gonna go with. But let me sort my backpack out because this is absolutely messy. There we go. I still have the flowers in here. Why did I never move the flowers? I forgot about moving the flowers. Alright. Well, we have actually reached the end of today's episode. I do apologise. We, you know, got on the grind there, but not fast enough, I tell you. Not fast enough. We need to get faster at building these houses because we have many of them, if I'm being honest. I have quite a few of them. I'm actually thinking about filling up a lot of spaces with trees. So I might actually try my hand at custom trees soon. So we all know how that's going to turn out. You know, the last custom tree that I did was back at the house, or... No, wait. It was when I burnt down that tree house over here. That was the last custom tree that I kind of tried to build. It did not look very nice. I'm actually thinking about working on the docks back at home soon. Because it's really needing, you know, quite a good change. That's what I will say. It needs quite a good change. So I will probably change the docks back at home. The little walkway area. Probably the dam as well. So who knows, maybe I might bring over this, you know, much more darker type of wood for it. It would quite look nice, to be honest. Alright, so let us get back on track for ending today's episode. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, stay safe, episode. Make surgical device, very important. Have a nice day, thanks for